not a fan. But I am after seeing how it ended. Like, oh, no, you got me now, guys. That was way better than I thought it was going to be. Like, you changed my mind, and that, I think, is worth talking about because I lambasted it the first time we talked about it.
You did. Guys! What's going on? What's going on?
Entertain the Geeky.
Oh, well, hello, everybody.
Hey.
It's been a week.
It has been another week. Another week has gone by in the life that I live.
So, last week, we talked about this great mission upon which you had embarked.
Oh, man.
And it's been a hellacious journey.
It really has.
More than a work week of one particular part.
No, it was only like 20, 30 hours, maybe.
I thought you said you were like 40 hours into that one fight sequence.
No.
Oh, okay.
Into the challenges, yeah. Into that single fight, no, it was probably like 25, 30.
That's obscene.
It was at least 20.
Okay.
It's definitely more than 20.
Okay, so one whole day.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you took a full 24 hours, yeah. And you did it. And
Yeah.
I got a call. And he was like, "Hey,
what day was that? Saturday?
I think it was Saturday.
Yeah, because I did it. No, it was Sunday because I did it
Sunday?
Saturday night. Yeah, I finished it Saturday night.
Anywho, I get the phone call and it's like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know I did it."
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh shit."
You reacted initially like, did what?
Yeah, well,
I was just like, what do you mean, did what? We had a whole conversation about
that's
it.
fair. That's fair. I was like, huh? And then once I realized what it was, I was very excited for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that initial like, what the fuck? What did you do? And
the Rebirth Platinum Trophy is in my collection now.
Honey, do you need something?
Hello. No,
just walk across
You're
and get
good.
it. You're an adult.
This is the thing we do in your home. You can do what you got to do in your home.
Yeah,
It actually probably makes for more entertainment, right? Because it interrupts what we were talking about to deal with that.
but don't do that ever again. No. No, you're amazing.
Oh, come on.
So you did it.
It's done. Yeah,
fucking did
it's
it.
over.
Platinum.
God.
You know who doesn't have that? Mike Capuano.
He doesn't. He
He's
doesn't.
a quitter. But
He's a quitter. He did say, I talked to him that day too, and he did say that he was like, I'm going to try it. I think I can do it.
I
And
didn't.
was like,
Okay.
if I can do it, you can do it, bud.
Here I am thinking he'd be like, God, you're just a better man than I am. But
No. Capuano is now challenged, I think. I think he was waiting for me to finish so he could be like, damn it, now I got to do it.
well, you guys have a lot of interaction as far as it pertains to games that are kind of that. I can't let him be further than me.
A lot of video games.
Yeah.
Too much video games, probably. But luckily, we have supportive spouses who enable that ridiculous addiction.
Well, so
Because it is an addiction. Absolutely.
that is something to fucking talk about, man, because I might get an hour of gaming a day. That's not normal. Some days I don't at all, but
Yeah.
if I get an hour in, I feel like, oh man, I got a good amount of time in doing this.
Right, sure.
And yeah, you guys fucking get some time in.
Well,
bro.
so I think, look, there is no doubt in my mind that my wife is very tired of Final Fantasy VII because I'm tired of it.
Here,
right?
I think your wife is tired of you with Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
She loves you.
Yeah, oh yeah, of
but
course.
she's sick of your shit
Yeah.
when it comes to Final Fantasy VII.
And I think, you know, she doesn't push back against it, and I know she feels that, right? So I think that ultimately, when I'm finally finished with what I'm doing, I'm just going to take a break, right? Like, and just, catch up on some TV that we haven't watched yet or something, due to that effect. Because I'm doing one playthrough of both games. I just finished Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm playing Rebirth one more time without any side content, just going through the game to feel like...
Doing the story.
To feel like, yeah, I've accomplished something here.
Sure.
But then I think, I don't... know that I'll play anything else for a little while. And if I do, it'll be late at night. See, I think the advantage that Capuano has is his gaming setup is in a different room of his house.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's playing games, he's not interrupting the flow of what a family living style room is.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
He can go upstairs and she can watch a show or she can play a game or whatever because he's in a separate room. So I think that's the problem I have is my setup is in the living room. Right.
Your setup is literally the family room. Yes.
Now, that's not to say that Corey doesn't engage in other things while I'm gaming, because she will oftentimes be on the Switch. I know she still plays Animal Crossing with our niece and her sister, I believe. So she will oftentimes be doing that anyway. But it is disruptive for sure.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
And Shannon and Corey are very supportive of Mike and I's ridiculous actions.
They are. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like I accused Corey of being a saint last week.
Yeah.
I stand by that 100%.
When Rebirth came out, Capuano literally told me Shannon told me, they came into the store to pick up their comic books, and Shannon told me, she was like, oh, when that game came out, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to see my husband for a week or so, at the very least, probably more. Like, and she wasn't saying that to be a smartass. She wasn't saying that because she was upset about it. She was saying that because it was just factual.
She knew that something that he really enjoyed had just come out, and he was going to be engaged in it for a minute.
Yes, and it was going to take up a lot of time. Yeah,
I will say this about them. Those two in particular are fantastic about going on dates together. And I love that about them.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
So cute, man.
They definitely got me beat in that department.
They're like, we're going to the Muni again. And I'm like,
yeah. They have season tickets to the theaters around. Yeah.
So cute, man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you guys do have spouses that love your video game playing. I don't
know if they love the playing. They tolerate it.
That's fair. They're supportive of it.
They're supportive of it, yeah.
With
they don't complain.
With me, I have to do it basically after the kids go to bed.
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing it before, I'm not engaged with the family. So it's like, that's not cool. And I understand that. And Tara's like, dude, I want you here with us since everybody's awake. So, my game time is way limited.
Yeah, my time happens late at night, but that's because I am just a night owl, right? So there are oftentimes I'll be up till 2 a.m. playing a game and go to bed and get up for work the next day.
Right.
Because I just like to be awake at night. I can't go to sleep early. Even on nights I try to go to bed early. Like, I'm gonna go up early tomorrow. I'll go to bed early. Nah, I'm not getting up.
Dude, I've been sleeping like crap recently.
I'm not falling asleep. I'm just gonna lay there for at least a couple hours.
Yeah, I keep doing these 1 and 2 a.m.s, and it is killing me, man. I am too old for this shit.
Yeah, we are old. That's true.
I texted my buddy today. So tonight would typically be our D&D night. One of the guys is buying a house. So he's like, hey, I can't make it for the next couple of months while I get everything in order. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll take a little bit of time off.
Right.
And I ain't mad about it. Like, I have a bunch of minis that I need to print for it.
Oh, okay. Right on.
So I've got enough to keep me busy while, in this downtime.
Right.
And tonight it worked out lovely because we get to do this and I don't have to be up until midnight DMing.
Sure.
Which is badass.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, so it's done. I will say Saturday, so I was working Saturday, and we typically have Star Wars Unlimited on Saturday night at the store. Mm-hmm. And it was Memorial Day weekend, and I had a couple of people call me and say they weren't going to be there. So we didn't end up having enough people to actually run that tournament that night. But the couple of people that were there, they hung out in the store and they played the game anyway. So it's whatever. But so I was actually able to close at 7.
Amazing.
So I went home, I ate dinner, and I didn't have anything to do Sunday. I was, my yard work is for the most part done. I have some stuff I need to take up to a place to mulch it, but that's happening next week. So I don't have a truck. I needed a actual truck to do that.
Right.
So yeah, I just said, I can't stand another day of not having this done. So I'm going to finish it tonight. And I am ashamed to say it took me all the way until 5 a.m.
Oh.
From, I don't know, about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
So in order to do what you were doing with it, you had to get into the groove with it. I just had to completely
go into it and find. Because, like I said last week, the first 9 rounds, I could do those in my sleep. like because I had done them so many times in a row. It was the 10th round that was always getting me. So yeah, I just had to settle into a place where each time I played the 10th round, I did a little better, even though I didn't win. I did a little better, and I feel a little better about subsequent playthroughs. And as it was getting close to 5, it was my second to last time I did it, because the time after that I finished it. And it was getting near 5, and I was like, I'm going to do this one more, and I'm going to go to bed. Win or lose, I'm going to bed. Right? It's 5 a.m. And I lost that battle. And when I say this enemy had a sliver of their health bar left, I mean nothing, right?
They could have sneezed wrong and died.
I had a limit break, and I was like, I won, right? I go to select the limit break, I pick it, and meanwhile, Odin had moved into an attack animation that takes him from one side of the place all the way to you in one move, and he killed me while I was winding up.
Oh, no.
The limit break. And I was really mad about that. Like, I was like, no, you stole that from me. I had that victory. And the next time I did it.
Nice.
And I was going to go to bed after that time, but I was so close, and I was like, they cheated me there, man. Like, that victory was mine. And they cheated me by having that RNG pick that stupid move that has him come all the way across the battlefield in a split second. And so, yeah, the next time I did it and I finished it, and both characters were healthy, and I was killing it. I even managed to avoid the movie does where he freezes one of your guys for like 30 seconds or so by initiating a limit break.
Oh, badass.
While you're in the attack animation, it can't freeze you. So
beautiful.
Yeah, that was like a workaround for his entanglement attack. He kind of like freezes you in place, and you're forced to rely on just one member of the party.
When you said after you got past that 10-round thing,
yeah,
you were like, the next thing I think is easier.
Well, I had already done the next
thing. Already did it.
Yeah, I think even by last week, or maybe I did it last week.
I think you did it last week right after
we talked.
Because you said, I know it's going to be easier.
Yeah, I went home, or it was probably the next night or so. I tried the one that I was struggling with, and I lost again. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this other one, because the other one actually got you the final folio to completely upgrade Cloud's weapon skill tree. So I don't know if that helped. Maybe that did. It does, by getting that next weapon level, it does increase your attack and magic attack power by a considerable percentage. So maybe that helped. But I wasn't struggling with the first 9 rounds, even without that folio.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I don't know that it helped that much. I think it was really just banging my head against the wall over and over again until it stopped hurting. You know? I think that's really what it was. And it's done. And I honestly, man, I was ready to scream. Like, but Corey was sleeping, and it was 5 a.m. But I was ready to like jump up and down. I was so happy that it was finally done.
Now, what he actually did is he called 13 different people, and he said, hey, I know it's 5 a.m. I need you to come over right now. I'm having a party.
I did not call anybody at 5 a.m. I did call a few people after I woke up from sleeping for the day. Yeah. Because a couple of people that I had talked to about it, you obviously on the podcast, Capuano, Nate, a couple of people I had talked to about it, that I was just like so frustrated. But no, I'm glad it's done. It's over, and now I can just relax, and that is a load off of my shoulders.
Isn't it funny? So we
and I understand I put that load on my shoulders myself, but it still was. I was still happy to stop carrying it.
It's so interesting because we live in a world where the great stressor can be a video game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing that you were really worried about there. You've got life that you've got to deal with and all that.
Sure.
We all have to worry about life, money, bills, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
But like that was an extra thing that you put on your plate, and you were like, gosh, this sucks.
It was bothering me every day that it wasn't done. So every single day.
Okay. So I really only play competitive games anymore. And one of the things that comes along with that is the game is always pretty stressful.
Sure.
Because you're always in combat with another person.
Yeah, in the moment. Sure.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that I freaking adore. Like, I like that feeling of conflict and resolution.
Sure.
But I'm like, man, why do people put this particular stressor on themselves? And I think it's being competitive. And like, I think you were at that point.
Well, yeah, but I'm competing with myself. You know?
I mean, you were competing with that bullshit. I can change between 27 different attacks.
Oh God, he's terrible. I hate that enemy so
like
much.
that was Odin was basically the bane of your existence there for a moment.
Yeah.
And
when I fought him with Sephiroth, on the other challenge that was easier, it was a joke. Dude.
Cakewalk,
he's a joke against Sephiroth.
That's so funny, man.
Sephiroth is if you could play a Sephiroth the whole game, you wouldn't need a party. Like, that's how powerful he is, all on his own.
But yeah, why do we do these things to ourselves? It's a weird thing, and I think we need stress in some degree.
Yeah, I think because Mike would tell you this too, right? I mean, he's a Dark Souls guy. He plays From Software games, which I give it to him. I cannot play. I'm not a player of those kind of games. But they're frustrating, just like this was frustrating. The different types of games are challenging in different ways. But they are some of the most challenging things I've ever done in a video game. And that, I think, is saying something, right? We're getting to a point where we're separating the wheat from the chaff. You know? Like, I cannot play a Dark Soul, but, put me in hard mode in a combat challenge. I'm going to look like I'm God moding it. Well, right?
I ran into that today, so I got to do a couple of rounds of Overwatch, and we were talking about this off air. And I was like a fucking superhero. So I main a character called Hanzo, and he's a guy that shoots a bow and arrow.
No, I'm familiar enough with the game. Yeah, I know Hanzo.
Well,
yeah.
if they didn't know,
you guys might not know.
I main Hanzo, and I have so much fucking fun with that character. Now, he is a difficult character to play, because you have to time things appropriately, and he's got a pretty slow rate of fire, but he hits hard.
Right.
There was another Hanzo, and I got to tell you, man, that guy was my bitch. And it was incredible because I was like, dude, it's like you're playing this game in slow motion and I'm playing at regular speed and I'm a grown up and you're a child. And I want you to know that.
Right.
It was fucking epic. So I had a few points in time where I'm sitting there talking out loud and my kid's like, Dad, shut the fuck up. Because I'm like, dude, do you see this like
you were in the zone.
I was like, do you see this pro level shit that I'm doing over
you're
here?
In the zone, man. We all get in the zone every now and again. Yeah.
And he's like, dude, Dad, you're not that good. I'm like, did you see the fucking move I just made? It was that good.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay, Dad.
Yeah, I mean, I see people on the internet doing things. I looked at a lot of people on the internet doing this particular battle that I was doing. That just are. I'm just like, how are you doing this? How are you so good at this?
How fast do you think?
But I have a feeling that run I did where I did it.
You looked like that.
If I had filmed that or streamed
that.
You
totally would have looked like that.
I would have impressed even myself because it is hard to do. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to know exactly what things to use at what times to take the most advantage of the damage you can deal to the enemy. So I'm sure I looked like that because I can get through those 9 rounds with my eyes closed.
When you said you had lots of health, your characters were healthy at the end of it.
By the end of the one I thought I was going to win, Zach was unconscious. Like I was just like, and Cloud had very little health and he, in the build I was using, has no healing materia.
I see.
So I can't heal myself. I just have to hope I can pull this victory out without losing too much health. You know?
Nice.
It is challenging, but I think, there are definitely some people that they're better at it than me. And I would consider myself pretty good at it at this point.
You have to be.
After banging my head against the wall for so long, I feel like I could do it again.
Yeah, you have CTE from playing that game. Like it's CTE, so football players get it from getting too many concussions. It's just beating your head against things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I could do that challenge again. And the funny thing is when I'm replaying Remake, just finished replaying Remake, and it was slow and much easier comparatively.
And
I thought that game was I had a hard time getting that platinum trophy.
I would probably never play a Final Fantasy game again.
Oh, definitely.
If I went through that like you did.
Nope. You better believe when Final Fantasy 17 comes out, I'm gonna play it.
It's on. He's waiting to platinum that bitch too.
No, I don't. No. So let me tell you something that is definitely not in my gaming life. I usually don't care about getting a platinum trophy. I'm usually the kind of guy that's like, yeah, whatever. I don't need that. especially when platinum trophies are tied into difficulty, where it forces you to play the game on a harder mode to win and get that trophy. The reason I feel such pressure to 100% complete games like Remake and Rebirth is because Final Fantasy VII, in my gaming past, was the first game I ever 100% completed. It was the first game I was ever like, there's nothing more to do.
So
I've done everything this game has to offer.
They hooked you in way back when, and you were like, no, this is just how I have to
do it. It's more challenging now than it was as a JRPG. Of course it is. By far.
Of course it is.
But I can do it.
There are more moving parts now.
Do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove that I still got it as a gamer.
Dude, could you imagine showing a Pong player how fucked up these video games are now?
If I could go back in time and talk to young Jason and tell him what video games would become, he would not believe me.
No.
He would claim that I was full of shit.
I remember seeing Sega Saturn graphics for the first time.
Yeah. The first time I saw a 3DO. Good God.
Blown away. I was like, how does something look like this? It's so real.
And it looks like shit now.
It looks like ass.
Yes, quite so.
And now we are playing movies. They're literally special effects that would have been used in the, in 90s or 80s 2000s. And 90s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's insane. But that's just what we play on now.
Yeah, no. And I am not only a fan of games just from, like I said, challenging myself and trying to overcome, the challenge and overcome the puzzles and those kind of things, because I think it keeps our brains sharp. I also just really like the fact that we're watching a movie now.
Right.
I'm very happy with it being that.
I know you were all about that story.
Yeah.
Earn your cutscenes is something that you had said.
I definitely have said that. When we were talking about The Last of Us, that's one of the things I had a problem with about the show. I felt like I didn't earn any of that.
Earn them cutscenes, folks. So let's change gears a little bit. What do these folks need to be reading? What are some lovely things that have come out,
what are we reading? The Energon Universe stuff is still very good. Both Duke and Cobra Commander have finished their 5-issue runs. And I guess if you don't want to hear about this, turn away, because I'm going to spoil some things, because I like talking about it. The endings of both are great. Cobra sets up Cobra. I mean, it's Cobra, Cobra Commander is Cobra Commander by the end of it. He has an organization. We are Cobra. Right? That's the bones of what his terrorist organization will be are there. And G.I. Duke ends in a way where we understand there will be a G.I. Joe team. They're putting together a special team, but they also are putting together a secret special team to watch their special team.
So on this G.I. Joe note, did you see that Chris Hemsworth is in talks to play in a G.I. Joe movie?
I just don't think we need G.I. Joe movies anymore.
So what they're attempting to do,
we tried. They've all been really bad.
What they're trying to do is the G.I. Joe Transformers shared universe.
No, I know. The same thing that Image is having great success with right now.
Right. Yeah. So let's see. Maybe you guys will get it right. I hope so. But Chris Hemsworth is a great way to do it.
Who's Chris Hemsworth playing? Is he playing Duke?
No idea.
Because he's really big.
He would be a great
very
Duke.
big. I don't know. He's a little big.
You think he's
Duke.
Too big to be Duke? I feel
the man's like an actual god walking around among us mortals.
I feel like you pick that guy to put in any movie though, and the movie's going to be better for it. Like the one shitty Ghostbusters movie, he was the redeeming quality in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I like Chris Hemsworth. I'm not saying that. I just don't know that he's the right pick for someone like Duke as a character.
I never thought Hugh Jackman was right for Wolverine, but he's a great Wolverine.
Oh, I thought Hugh Jackman was fine for Wolverine. He's too tall, but I mean, he's fine. Yeah, he played the part well.
No, he played the part very well. And since I initially bitched about the casting back in 2000 or whatever it was, and I've said it many times since then, he was too fucking big to play him. Yeah. He's a great Wolverine. Sure, and I've been absolutely emotionally engaged with that character ever since he started playing him. So I'm totally happy with it. But yeah, there are certain guys that maybe you're too big, but man, if fucking Chris Hemsworth does it and he brings that the guy's charisma level is stupid high.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not denying that. I think there's other roles within G.I. Joe, within a G.I. Joe story that he would be better suited for.
Maybe he'll be Optimus Prime or something, because he did just do a voice for Optimus Prime or something crazy recently.
No. There's only one Optimus Prime.
I agree.
And while he is still alive, Peter Cullen will play Optimus Prime.
So that new animated Transformers movie, he's not Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like young.
I think it's Hemsworth, actually.
It's supposed to be young Optimus Prime.
Right, but here, like you said, there is only one Peter Cullen, and he should be the only Optimus Prime as long as the man lives. And maybe we should retire the character.
He's also. I don't
point.
even think the movie and this movie they're doing with younger Megatron and younger Prime. They're not Megatron and Prime because those aren't their names.
No, it's before they were that. They were peons.
The only reason he's called Optimus Prime is because he is the Prime Autobot.
Yes. He's received the Matrix of Leadership.
And Megatron is, I think, a name he took himself.
Well, right?
He gave himself when he became the leader of the Decepticons.
When you're a dick, you name yourself. That's what he did.
Megatron.
And he's like, what am I? I'm Mega. And a robot, so Tron, I'm Megatron. Like, what a douche. But yeah, so like I'm hopeful for what that universe could entail, knowing that he is potentially going to be involved with it. I think that's exciting.
Yeah, I've just been very disappointed by G.I. Joe movies. I don't think Hollywood.
I agree.
I don't think Hollywood understands what G.I. Joe should be.
They've done a shit job. Not denying that. I mean, you put the fucking Rock in it, for God's sake.
Yeah, but as far as other reading, Little Monsters just released in a nice hardcover from Image. And I promise you, Image is not paying me to say this. I am saying it as a fan. Yeah, it's only $40. It's an oversized hardcover. It contains all 13 issues of that book. And I think if anyone missed out on that book when it was coming out, I think I've talked about it on the show.
You have.
Yeah, this is the time, man. It's a $40 hardcover, and it's a great story. It has a solid beginning, middle, and end. It answers the questions that it gives you throughout the story. It does leave the door open for there to potentially be more story, but if there never is, this is fine, right?
It's a concise enough ending, yeah.
It's a complete story. So yeah, I think if anyone has not read that, they should, because I had 5-6 copies, I think, when I started my day on Wednesday, and I have one left because I'm buying one.
Nice.
For my collection. But I do have more coming in, so come see me at Endless if you want to try that one out, because, I highly recommend it. It's a great story. Jeff Lemire is a great writer.
Do you guys have any events that these guys should know about coming up anytime soon?
So yeah, we are doing, obviously we're still doing Star Wars Unlimited on Saturdays. We were worried that we were not going to have prize support to continue supporting it, but it looks like we're going to have prize support to continue supporting it, so we'll be fine there. And from what I understand, we might be one of the only places still giving out packs as prizes. I think most people are banking packs because they don't have product, because it's just hard to get. So, and we do have a store showdown coming up on the 22nd, which is like a higher level event where we'll start early in the morning. It'll be an all day event because at the end of it, we have to take the top 8 people and cut that out and do a second tournament to determine the victor from those top 8. So that'll be an all day thing. The Fantasia people are going to be back, not next week, but the week after, I believe, for another anime event. That's been cool because I've been watching some anime that I've never seen before.
Nice.
But are actually pretty entertaining. And he always caps it off. Brian, the guy who runs Fantasia, who started it, he always caps it off with like an old cheesy samurai or kung fu movie. And those are always good. I don't care what it is, whether I have seen it or not. They're always incredible to watch.
It's worth watching, 100%.
So yeah, they always have a good time. Brian gets food for everybody. He always brings soda and stuff. Like, it's a free thing. You don't have to pay for it. It's just a night to come sit and watch anime.
That's cool as hell.
Eat some pizza with some nerdy friends of yours who like anime.
Geek out a little bit.
Yeah.
And if they're not your friends yet, they can be. You just have to show up and chill with them.
You both like anime, so that's on you to make friends from there.
Right.
But yeah, that's the big stuff. We are going to start doing Lorcana, because I was finally able to get into Ravensburger's organized play system, so I have the kits and the promos and the pins and all that stuff.
Holy shit.
To run tournaments now. So I don't know. I think I'm going to do like a welcome tournament because they gave me some cards that were labeled just give these to people who
that's cool.
Product.
Okay.
Right. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I have some scheduling on this stuff to do tomorrow, but I think the first thing I'm going to do is like a welcome event that will be free just to see.
Get people pumped about it.
And you'll get a card, right, for coming.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll get a point for coming, right? Because this thing they give you, it's like this poster to put on the wall, and people put their names in slots, and they give you little stickers, like we're kindergartners again, and we're doing something good. So
now you can put a star on your Lorcana button.
The stickers actually are cool because there are thresholds you get to with the stickers, and that can determine what kind of prize or promo you're going to walk away with, right? More stickers means you get a better one.
Right.
And one of the stipulations to get a sticker is just to show up to an event. So everybody who shows up will start at the same level, right?
You get a sticker, folks. You get to put it on your little poster.
Yeah, and a promo card.
Board, that's what I was trying to call it. Yeah, that's rad.
So yeah, we'll start it out as a welcome event just to gauge interest. I'll be putting, event scheduling stuff on social media and on Discord. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how that goes, and if that turns out good, we'll do a regular Lorcana event. We can do drafts, we can do constructed.
That's crazy.
We've got product for that.
Is there has there been any word on like a FNM?
So yeah, I'm in the final stages of trying to get approval to be a WPN store. The last thing I have to do apparently is I have to do like a store walkthrough video where I have to go outside, walk across the parking lot. They have to see the whole building. They have to see inside. They have to see all product places. They have to see tables that can seat at least 8 people. At the standard setup, we can sit 30 people in there, and we have the potential to sit up to 60 or 70 people in there because we have extra tables and chairs. So yeah, we're fine in that regard. But that's the last, and I don't imagine that will hold us up at all.
Probably not.
Because the store looks good. It's in good shape. It's definitely able to host and run events.
Hell yeah. Hells yeah.
So yeah, I just got an email today telling me hey, this is the last thing. You need to do this little store walk.
One more thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Jackie.
Right. They're look, I like Magic, and the community we have that plays Magic,
awesome.
They're good people. But man, they have a very robust checklist of things you have to make that they have to make sure you're capable of doing before they're like, yeah, here's some free product.
Their vetting process.
Yeah, here's some free promo stuff that you can just give away. Here's pre-release kits for way less than they cost.
It's shit so like that, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm all for it, man, because I want the community that's been coming to our commander events, our free commander events. They're good dudes.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, yes, and I want to be able to continue to have them come up to the store. I want to give them more excuses to come up to the store.
Oh, right? Absolutely.
Instead of just the commander event we do once a month.
Now, do you guys have an adventure league going on yet?
No.
I
still need DMs. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
I need people that can commit to doing a once a week thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that I will arrange to pay and or give store credit to.
I will try to put some feelers out there for some DMs.
Yeah. That's all I'm waiting on. I just need to figure out, and then once that process is done, I'll probably invite those people up and invite role players to come to an event where they can meet them and talk to them about what they're planning on running, what they're planning on doing.
Like a session 0 almost.
Yeah, not even that. Just kind of a
meet and greet.
Yeah, just kind of a meet and greet so people can get familiar with each other. And if you're coming by yourself because you're looking for a group, give you a chance to get familiar with people that you potentially could be sitting at a table gaming with.
Yeah, for hours at a time.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's always a good move, is to kind of ease
smart.
it in.
Yeah.
And then we'll do sign-ups and we'll have different campaigns going on. I would ideally like to get at least 2 DMs that can commit to doing something once a week.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Because we have the space for 2 games to be sitting in there going on.
For sure.
Right. At least. I mean, we have the space for more, potentially. But I want to start with at least 2 because I want to get some role-playing in the store. I need that.
Most definitely. I agree.
I would do it myself if I wasn't the only employee.
Right. Okay. Well, on that note, you guys should, if you're in the St. Louis area, go to Endless Comics games and so much more. And after you do that, you can go to entertainthegeeky.com. You can follow us on all of our social media there. Right now, if you go to the gear tab, you can click on Merle's Truck Stop in Maine. the world famous one-page role-playing game, and get that copy for free.
I know it does.
So you know what's funny? I was thinking a couple of days ago, and
oh my gosh,
I'll talk about this on the air, even though I shouldn't because I know better. I think I'm gonna have a bunch of business cards printed up with a QR code with it that we can put in the store.
Yeah, I've got places for business cards.
I think that would be super rad. So maybe we'll do that because I don't want to just put the whole copy of the game there. If somebody wants it digitally, I think that's a better way to get it.
Yeah. And I've been talking to people about the podcast. I think we've gotten some extra listeners out there. So if you're listening and you've talked to me at the store about the podcast, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Because we're going to continue to do this.
So yeah, if you have not already, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about what we were talking about. Next week, we should be more into a standardized format. We've kind of been flying by the seat of our pants here for the last couple of goes, but I love doing that, so I'm not super sorry.
Conversation evolves more naturally. It's better. But you guys, let us know what you think. Yeah, you think it's better to plan it, or it's better to just kind of let it evolve naturally?
Yeah, because we've done it structured, and it turns out good. Like, it's a good listen.
No doubt.
And it makes editing a breeze, man.
Sure.
Versus
Time codes and shit.
Oh, my God. No, when we do it this way, I'm like, what all did we talk about? Because I have to write a little blurb about it. So, yeah. But anywho, that doesn't matter to you guys. Go to entertainthegeeky.com. Do the things that I ask you to do. Love us, like us, and don't kiss us without permission. As always, stay geeky.